Travel hacks and tips in the caravan, touring. This will be a fun one. So there's lots of different things that we've picked up along the way that we think can help people out and hopefully have a bit of fun doing it. So let's kick off. I'm Brent, this is Kel, and together with our son Bet and dog Jazz, we're travelling Australia. Come and join us for our reality. What's the first one?
First one is, well, we might as well start at the start. So having a pre-start and cross checks.
Pre-start and cross check. Cabin crew, prepare for takeoff. We have kind of, what do you call it? Blue and pink jobs?
I don't know, but I guess you're saying male and female jobs.
Yeah,
but
she's
sexist.
definitely said that before.
It's totally sexist.
Doesn't matter how you split it up, that's probably just inherently how they've fallen with us. So I'll do the outside of the van and lock up and go around and check all of my stuff, hitch the van up, that sort of thing, and then Kelly will do all the inside lock up and everything. And then what we do is go through and check.
We do a cross check, so like you hear on the aeroplane, they say cross check. And so we essentially go and check each other's work and make sure that we haven't missed anything. And it has happened, although when I've missed something it's because I set it up just to check that Brent's checking properly.
Almost every day, it's really weird.
It's not. But I mean, otherwise you can have a pre-start checklist, which that's definitely what my parents do. My mum has it in her notebook and has a little checklist, and they go through and tick them off every time they take off and or come in for landing.
Yeah, not so much when you land, but really important. I mean, you got to remember when you're towing these things, if something comes off it or goes wrong, it could be catastrophic. So double check all your hitch. I go around and double check my tyres, particularly before a long run. I don't physically check the pressures, but I look at the wheel nuts, look at the tyres, make sure they're not flat. Run around the whole van.
I guess you work out what you need to do for your van. Every van's slightly different, but in general it's probably the same. What we might do is chuck in the description what our sort of checklist is.
Yeah, we'll put
in general, and then you could cross-check it against what you guys do.
So check out the description below for the pre-start checklist that we do, and hopefully you might be able to get some tips from that, or yours might be more extensive.
Yeah. Alright, so that is the pre-start and cross checks. Now we have UHF for reversing and parking.
Okay, so the source of all arguments, parking in a caravan park.
I wonder how many divorces have happened because of this.
Nah, not many. I think
sure.
Most of the grey nomads we see that are getting up each other are normally, they've accepted their fate by that stage, I think.
No, but you know it's easy to happen. I was thinking the other day, after a long drive, you're pretty tired and a bit
tired and
niggly.
stroppy. Yeah.
That it doesn't take much, just a slight little overturn of the caravan to set you off.
Yeah.
Not you, but
Kelly's pretty stroppy.
You plural. Anyway, use UHF so it will. So
what we've got is this small UHF, which is literally just a battery powered one. You don't need to go and spend $200 on one. This little one, I paid $30 for a pair of them second hand, and they work perfectly. They just run on AAA batteries, which we've replaced once in 12 months. And all you do, one person gets out of the car, goes and scouts out the spot, be ready to reverse. You've got positive comms the whole way. So you need to figure out your own way of communicating over the radio, and it'll take a little while. But what I say to Kel is positive comms. So I don't need you to go, yeah, keep coming, keep coming, keep coming, keep coming, stop, because it's no good. I need 4 metres, 3 metres, 2 metres, 1 metre. I've told you that numerous times. So that you actually know where you're going. Otherwise you're just driving blind basically, because you can't see anything behind the van.
Okay. About 4 meters if you want. That'll do, let me check.
The other one is jump out and scope out the spot beforehand so you know what's there. Because normally when you're pulling in, you're not seeing it all before.
I think agree to where you need to be as well, because quite often I'll be directing, or you know, someone might be directing, and then you get out when I think you're all good and you're like, no, that's not where I wanted to be.
Yeah.
So you have that agreement up front where you're trying to direct them to, and I think that helps a lot.
Yeah. Figure out what side you're better at reversing to as well, because I think you need to make sure you can see which angle you're coming in at. That's the biggest thing for me when I'm reversing. I'll try and set the car up on a side where I can see out my window, makes it easier. Can't always do that, but when you can, it's better. And one thing that we've started in the last couple of months is actually getting the spotter to stand in the spot to give you a mark to reverse to. It's like giving you a goal line, and it's so much easier as the driver, I think, to reverse back and hit that spot when you know what you're aiming for.
That's very about it for that one.
No, the other thing is, if you're guiding somebody reversing, you need to be seen. So if you're not standing in their mirrors or standing in their rear view camera, you're useless. They can't see you.
Calm down.
So no,
look, he's getting worked up just talking about it.
No, I'm not saying the person is useless. I'm saying you're useless as a spotter because they can't see you. So think about that if you're the person that's doing it. So if you're the poor wife that gets stuck out there and told to guide me in, he's getting all stroppy, think about, can he see me? You know, if you're guiding back onto the tow ball, oh, there goes my beard. If you're guiding back onto the tow ball, go on the reversing camera on the car these days. It's so easy, and show them.
Is this a hack or a how-to?
Well,
can't. He's obviously passionate about it. So we might move on from that one.
All right, we'll move on.
Okay, so one that some people might not think of, or they might, but turn the hot water off when not using it at night. The hot water system.
Yeah, so when you're off grid, they run on gas, and they've got a sensor in it that basically says it's getting too cold, it need to heat up again. So you're lying there in the middle of the night and yep, and then you know what happens? Brent, you forgot to turn the water off again.
Well, he's usually the one that has to shower last. Yeah.
Yeah. So somehow remember to turn that off each night. It will save you the dramas. And
it's
you don't
just
need
annoying being woken up by it.
The thing is,
and it's just a waste of gas.
It's a waste of gas, but if you've never spent much time in these caravans, the gas hot water systems in them are wicked. They heat it up in 5 minutes, so you don't need to leave it on there for hot water all the time. We normally just turn it on 5 minutes before a shower and turn it off after that, or in the morning if we want to do dishes, we'll flick it on again. That's it.
Yeah. Simple. Okay, so the next one is pre-downloading maps or app information.
Yep. So if you don't want to spend the money on getting HEMA maps or apps like that, then you can pre-download maps on Apple. So if you go along, find where you want to go when you're in reception, go and zoom in on all the different areas. It'll actually stay there for you when you go offline later on. We use Google satellite images through the app a lot as well, which gives you a much better idea when you're off-road because you can see all the little tracks and that. The problem is the maps don't stay downloaded, so you've got to do it before you head out there and leave the app open. If you close the app down, you lose it all. So I think that's definitely something we've found useful, and probably night before stuff you go through and do that, and then you're all set for the travels the next day. Yeah,
I think Wiki Camps works the same really. So if you don't have reception, you've never zoomed into that area or looked at some of the camps, then if you're out of reception on the road and you're trying to, you can still see the marks, but you can't necessarily see all the information that you want in it. So generally we go into Wiki Camps, have a rough idea of the places we may get to, and have a quick look, and then they're there when we're out of reception as well. So, okay. The next one is the stick-on shelves in the shower.
Yeah, so we took this idea from some other channels that have posted it, and it's awesome. I was a bit dubious about it. It's a Bunnings product. You can probably get it elsewhere, but Bunnings had it. I think we paid about 35 or 40 bucks for it, and it's all different shapes and that you can buy for whatever you want to store in it. But they're wicked. They're little pump-on product, and you can see we've got a heavy shampoo and conditioner plus the other shower wash and that in it. You can drive over anything, the thing doesn't come off. I've been really surprised. Like, I reckon if I had a solid fixing in the wall there, it probably would have rattled out.
Yeah.
But no, highly recommended, and we actually started using them in the homes as well now.
Yeah, I think if you're ever if you're in a house with a shower that doesn't have a shelf in it, never again will I buy one that goes over the shower head or over the shower screen.
Terrible, yeah.
Because all they do is rust. I will get this definitely. We put it in at my parents' place and it looks mint. You can get the black or the... Can you get chrome?
Yeah.
Yeah, we've got chrome.
Yeah.
Yeah. So put the black in at my parents' house. It looks wicked.
Yeah. Highly recommended.
Yeah. Okay, the next one is game-changing material.
Game-changing. Game-changing.
Life-changing.
Don't keep them in suspense.
It's really bugging me. Oh, come on!
I know what you're talking about. Are you going to drop it or not?
You give me a laugh.
Yeah.
Let's tell them how you can stop bugs getting in.
So, you got fly screens, right? What are they called? Fly screens. They keep flies out. They also keep mosquitoes out. Problem is they don't keep the rest of the bugs out. Midges, sandflies, whatever you want to call them, in different areas, they're thick where you're going to be staying, and they get through it. So we've got to thank Burham Head's
Burham River Camp.
Burham River Camp. It's a little off-grid camp just outside of Burham Heads. The guys that own that gave us this tip because they're thick midges down there on the river. And all you do is use surface spray, fly insect surface spray, spray from the inside out, so you're not spraying it into your van, along all of the open fly screen that you've got. And what happens, the midges, when they fly in, they don't just fly straight through. They're not that
They're
small.
not that stealth.
Yeah, they're not that stealth. So what they do, they hit it and then they climb through the little holes which let the air through. So when you've got the insect spray on it, they hit that, they die. Simple.
It was unbelievable the first time we did it. You spray it, amazing, no bugs at night. In the morning, you just see all these dead bodies on the ground.
Everywhere, yeah.
Inside the van. They've obviously hit the fly screen and died.
Yep. So the second part to that too, if you're in a caravan and you've got these fly screens, so it's the solid shutter and then the fly screen for half, they roll up into like a runner and have a pelmet over the top. I just assumed that was all sealed and nothing could get through. If you have a look at the top of the pelmet, it's got generally a gap that hasn't been sealed. There's some dolphins going out there.
Is there? Where?
Yeah, just out over there. There's a shark.
Where?
We're in Shark Bay. Yeah, just straight towards that headland.
How would far out?
Oh, good 100.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Dolphin.
Dolphin.
Yeah.
Love dolphins. So you need to put sealant. Sorry, back to the
It's so
pelmet.
distracting because they're amazing.
Should get the drone up. So the pelmet has a gap along the top. We just use no more gaps along that, and it stops so many insects getting in. What we couldn't figure out where they were getting in with everything sealed and sprayed, and the way I figured it out is it was only when we had the light on and we had a look and we saw some of them starting to die along the top edge because they've obviously hit the screen and then crawling through. So we went along and used no more gaps along the whole top and all the side edges and that as well, and it stopped them completely from being able to get through now. So
it wasn't just our van, the same thing was happening on my parents' van.
Yeah.
And Brent fixed that up the other night because it was the same issue.
So it's not, different design, but same sort of thing. And it's not brand specific. So Jayco do it, JB do it. I think you'd find probably even the Primo vans do it. Costs $5, sort of.
But yeah, absolutely life-changing hacks, those two.
Keep the bugs out.
Yeah. Alright, something else splashing over there near the shore. No, closer. Yeah. A mod that I'm very proud of, or a hack that I'm very proud of. I gave Brent the credit for it in another video and I shouldn't have. I was obviously not thinking that day. But having an accessible torch in a handy position right inside the door, velcroed on, easy access.
Yeah, got to have torches, got to have them easy access, got to have them charged. So we keep one in the side pocket of the car door at all times, and then just inside the caravan door on this velcro that you can see. And it's so helpful because you always know where it is. You just, even in the dark, you can sort of fumble, open the door, grab the torch, and just got to make sure you always put it back and you're good to go.
Yeah, so I think that's it. We could go on and on. We could have a hackathon about it. You just learn so much when you get out there and give it a crack.
And a lot of it's specific to your van as well. Like those ones are fairly general that we've tried to talk to you about. There's little storage ones that we've found for our van which aren't going to be appropriate for everybody else. But yeah, if you've got any other good ideas that we might be able to use, let us know in the comments below. We'd love to hear.
Yeah, absolutely. Alright, well that's another one. I hope you enjoy it.
That's it.
I hope you got at least one thing out of it. And give us a thumbs up if you want to check out our adventures. Subscribe to the channel and see the other vids we've been putting out.
Absolutely. Come and join us. We've got plenty more travelling and exciting stuff to see, so come along for the ride. Cheers.
See you later.